Hello guys, welcome to Unscripted. Like, subscribe, share my content. Today's show is popularly unscripted. So basically it's something that just came to my mind. I didn't script it. And today I'm going to talk about living with married men specifically. Okay, so where we live and where we work is far from home. So I consider myself an expatriate, which means that I'm a foreigner working in this country. That means that I'm not in Kenya, okay? So where we live, there are so many of us, like so many expatriates, and most expatriates leave home when they're actually married. They have actually wives and husbands. So when we come to this area, we are not going to lie. We get into relationships with these married men and married women, and eventually if it gets serious, we get to start living with them. So in that kind of situation, speaking to women in that kind of situation, I'm going to talk about my experiences and what I've done and what I've not done, and how it has been good and how it has been bad. So basically it's just about how we as women live with married men at home, not here. So I guess we have rules that we have to stick by, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So for rule number one, ladies, rule number one, do not touch his phone. Okay? Touching his phone in terms of, let me check what he's talking about with his wife. Let me try and check if there's something in his phone. No. Rule number one, do not touch his phone. I saw some other TikTokers saying that, touch his phone because you don't know what might be coming to you, and you need to know. And there's some truth to that, because you don't know what they are having there. You don't know what they are bundled with that might also affect you, because now you've decided to go into this relationship. As a participant, you've seen two people thriving and you've decided now you need to be a part of that. So you really need to be part of that. And I feel like this comes in terms of communication. There's no need to touch his phone if he's communicating with you, and that means that you also have to communicate with him about certain things, which brings me to my next point, which is communication. If you're hurt about something, because 99.9% will pick their phones and walk out, especially when they're talking to their wives. They will pick their phone and walk out. So the best thing to do is communicate on certain things that hurt you. Tell him, communicate. He's also human, you're also human. It just only means that it doesn't mean that you are less of any other person outside there, or less of the wife or anything. You're also human. The thing is that you've fallen in love with a married man. That's not a crime. Things happen, okay? And if you guys have reached a point to where you guys are living together, I assume he has also fallen in love with you. So as I was saying, communicate about certain things that hurt you. Okay, communicate. Tell him, you know what, when you do this hurts me, this hurts me. In that aspect, if he's somebody who cares about you, he will change certain things about his routines. Okay. The other thing is something that you have to do for yourself. You have to forgive yourself for falling in love with a married man. Okay, because I'm sure it's not what everybody plans in this world. No, you don't fall in love with a married man intentionally. It just happens. Okay. So first of all, you need to forgive yourself for falling in love with that married man, and that is part of the rules that you're supposed to. And forgiving yourself means that now you can live in harmony, knowing that yes, I'm in love with a married man, and this is what it is, and this is how we are going to continue from now on. Forgive yourself. Okay. The other thing is, be careful, okay, before telling him about certain things about your family. Okay, because now he's not your husband or something. And get to know that sometimes you will share things with this person and they will use it against you, especially if he has nothing to lose when he loses you. Okay, so in that sense, I would advise us ladies to stop sharing information about our families, especially information that hurts your family, information that is detrimental to your family. So I guess stop sharing information that affects your family directly or indirectly with this guy, because you don't know what he might use with that information. The other thing is protect your mental health and your mental stability, okay? And also your emotional self, because now I'm guessing because you are in love with a married man, you're living with a married man, you have a lot of emotions bottled up, because I mean, there are certain things that you would want to share with this person that you love and you care about and only belongs to you, that you cannot share with this guy. So you'll find that your mental stability is kind of shaky, and your emotional stability is kind of not okay. So learn to take care of yourself, okay? Learn to take care of yourself. Learn to take care of your mental state. No matter the circumstances of this relationship, learn to take care of your state. The other thing is, ladies, do not pin your hopes on having a future with this man, okay? Do not pin your hopes on having a future with this man, because this man already has a situation together. He already has a situation going on. It doesn't even matter even if you get pregnant for him and you give birth and you guys are still living here and having a family here. Get to know that at the beginning already he had a family, his wife and his kids. Do not pin your hopes on having a future with this man, okay? And even if it happens and you people have a future, there's something that you're going to put at the back of your mind, is that this future is going to be unstable, okay? It's going to be unstable and it's going to be challenging, which means if you get to that point, when and if you get to that point that now you guys have a future, be acceptable of the challenging and the changes that are going to happen, and the shakiness and everything that is going to come your way, because now you are trying to settle down with a man who had already settled down already. So in as much as you guys get to a point that you become a second wife, get to know that it's going to be challenging both for you and for your kids, okay? There are days that he's not going to be with you. Even if you are legit a second wife, you become a second wife, there are days that he's not going to be with you and he's going to be with his first family. Even if the first family has gotten to know that you exist, you and your kids exist, it's still going to be challenging. So get to understand that you'll get to a point that it will be challenging if you guys have a future. But do not pin hopes on this guy of having a future with him. In as much as you may end up pregnant, in as much as right now you may have a kid already with this guy, do not pin your hopes that there is a future. Okay, the other thing is, okay, accept that you'll never be a priority for this guy. In terms of when he's trying to do development, he's always going to think of his wife and his kids. He's not going to think about anybody else. He's going to think of his wife and his kids. And when he's concentrating on his kids, when he's concentrating on his first family, there are chances that he's not going to think of you. There are chances that he's not going to concentrate on how you feel or your progress, or basically you're not going to be a priority when it comes to him and decision making. Be it simple decision making, there are things that he is going to have to consult his wife. And there's this thing most of these guys lie to us about, is that they're not in good terms with the wife. Do not accept that. Do not accept that as the foundation of your relationship. Get to know that at the back of your mind, whatever happens between those two, they were there before you came, okay? She was already there as a wife before you came to this guy's life. So learn to accept that she's going to be the priority. His kids are going to be his first priority. Okay, you might also have a child, and the other thing you're going to have to accept is that your child is also going to be a second priority when it comes to this guy. He's always going to look at his first priority, which is his first family. Okay, the other thing is decide what you will put up with. Okay, decide what you will put up with and decide what you will not put up with. Okay, there's this thing with these married guys, especially if you're living with them here, they will tend to feel like, okay, since you're not his legit wife, he can do anything. I mean, he already has a situation going on, he already has a family, so he does not have anything to lose when he disappoints you. That's why I'm saying be stand, be firm, decide what to put up with, be it him coming home late, be it him being abusive, either physically or mentally, or him being just ill-mannered because he already has a situation. They tend to have to be ill-mannered because they already have a situation and they actually don't care about you. So if you stand and if you are firm, remember, men are like kids. You teach them how you want them, okay, to be. You train your man how you want him to be. Okay, so tell him that this is where communication comes in. Communicate. Tell him, I'm not willing to put up with this. I'm not willing to put up with you doing this and this and this. Okay, I'm not willing to do this. I'm willing to do this. Here is where I cut the line. Here is where I draw the line. Communicate. Tell him, because you know what, communication is key when it comes to relationship. It's not only like boy-girl relationship, like married relationship. Even you two need communication. Communication is key. The other thing is that learn that you will have insecurities. Okay, you'll have insecurities. You'll have financial insecurities, because if his first priority is his family, how about you? Those are the insecurities you're going to live with. The other insecurity is, for example, he's already married. He has a wife. He has kids. He's cheating on his wife and kids with you, and you guys are living together. Where is the possibility that he's not going to get another woman outside there and still like share something with that woman? Those are the types of insecurities you have. So get to know that as you guys are staying together, there's going to be insecurities, and learn to accept that there's going to be insecurities. Open your heart, open your mind, be open-minded, because get this, you're living with a man who is not married to you. He's married to someone else. You are just his girlfriend, or you might be his second wife, or you might be his side chick. Whatever the case, you are living with a married man. Get to know that there's going to be insecurities. The other thing is avoid competing with him. Okay, avoid competing with him in terms of, okay, he's a man. As women, we are not supposed to compete with men. Basically, bottom line, we are not supposed to compete with men. In aspects of, he goes out and comes back at 3 a.m. I'm also going to go back out and come back at 3 a.m. No. Don't compete with him. In as much as he's doing something wrong, don't do the same wrong thing to think that it's going to hurt him, or to think that it's going to change the situation that is around. No, it's not. If he's decided he's going out, work on it with him. Change his timeline slowly. I mean, if it has gotten to a point that you guys are living together, it means that there's a mutual understanding. It means that he also cares about you, okay? He also loves you. So sit him down, communicate, and tell him, you know what, babe? You come home very late at 3 a.m. I don't appreciate it. I'm a woman, I'm staying with you. I need to know that you're safe outside there. I need to know your whereabouts. I need to know where you are. So please avoid, let's cut this time from 3 to around 12. And also make it interesting. Make him want to come home early and stay with you. Because let me tell you one thing. If you don't make him feel at home, trust me, he's not going to come home. Okay? If you don't make him feel like he needs to stay home, he's not going to stay home. And the other thing, as I close, the other thing is, I'm talking about this because, I mean, this is the reality. Okay? This is the reality. We are living with the reality. Let's stop lying to each other that, or our married men in outside in the diaspora, they are not having girlfriends. No, they're having girlfriends, and they are there, and having girlfriends who have kids. Okay, it is happening. Our wives should stop lying to themselves. I am telling you guys the truth, whether you like it or not. I'm saying the truth, and the truth is, there are men, or our men outside here, have girlfriends, have wives, have every other thing. If you come into terms with that as a wife, I mean, there's nothing, it's not such a big deal. You see, Muslims are allowed to marry 4 wives. If your husband has gotten to a point that he wants another wife, it's okay. It's okay. The only thing is the goodness of having a woman you're living with here. I'm talking to the wives now. The goodness of having a woman living with your husband here is that he's not going to run around. This lady is keeping him in check. He's showing him you're not going to run around. When you're in Kenya, it's either you are with the wife, or when you're here, it's either you're with me. Okay, he's actually keeping the man in check and keeping him safe. So to the wives, accept that our men, because they are now our men, our men are having other women. Okay, and it's so secure when your man has only one woman rather than having different women. So anyway, thank you for listening to what I have to say. Comment, show me, tell me what you want me to talk about next. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, comment. Peace out. Bella ciao.